Just hit a button, Morty. Give me a beat.
Oh man, okay, alright,
This is the last ride I'm ever gonna take in Aston.
Is Donny van der Beek a good signing for Manchester United? For cheap, good quality football jerseys, go over to www.jerseyfever.com for the new season's jerseys and retro jerseys as well. If you use the coupon code ATLANTISFOOTBALL, you'll also get 5% off. So according to reports, Manchester United are on the verge of signing Ajax's Donny van der Beek. I have made a previous video analysing Van der Beek from a statistical point of view, looking at how good a player he is individually, so you can watch that video after this one. It will be linked in the description below. In this video I'm going to be looking at how Van der Beek could be used in SOLSKJAER systems, and at the end I'll give my verdict on whether I think Van der Beek is a good signing or not. So Van der Beek is going to cost around £40 million, which I think is a bit on the high mark considering he only has 2 years left on his current contract. But nonetheless, I think 40 million is a fair price for United as they can afford to shell this out. But what type of player is Van der Beek? Well, before I get into that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get notified when my videos come out. And after this video, check out some of my others in the playlist section where you can watch all my Manchester United analysis videos. So SOLSKJAER uses two primary systems, the 4-2-3-1 and the 5-3-2, depending on whether he wants to implement a position oriented style or a quick transitioning attacking style. In the 4-2-3-1, when everyone is fit, I don't see how Van der Beek is a starter. His best position in the system would be in front of a midfield double pivot, however his role would be different to when Bruno Fernandes plays there. Van der Beek is less of an advanced playmaker and more of a second striker or ram-deuter. A second striker is a player who plays in behind the forward line and looks to make runs off the blind side of the opposition's midfield to get into the half space, but also looks to make runs ahead of the forward line into goal scoring positions. A ram-deuter is a player who is less focused on staying in central positions and creating. Instead, he's given the freedom to drift into space when gaps appear in the opposition's defensive system. Van der Beek wouldn't offer the same chance creating ability as Bruno Fernandes, but would provide a better off the ball movement, which may be a valuable asset against a deep vertically compact defensive unit where space between the lines is limited, and therefore runs from the midfield ahead of the forward line will be a lot more important. In a 5-3-2 system, Van der Beek would also not be a starter when everyone is fit, as he would be playing in the same role as Bruno Fernandes, which would be in front of the midfield double pivot. This system may suit Van der Beek a lot more than the 4-2-3-1, as his quick interplay and awareness of his teammates around him will be extremely valuable when United look to quickly transition the attack with a lot more vertical passes than in their 4-2-3-1 when they look to deploy a slower, more methodical possession style. Out of possession in both systems, Van der Beek would suit SOLSKJAER's pressing style, as he has a tactical intelligence and pressing ability to suit high presses in either system, whilst also being capable of dropping back into the midfield line when needed due to his positional awareness. But overall, when we assess this transfer, it's hard to make a case that Van der Beek would be a starter for Manchester United in United's primary system, which is the 4-2-3-1, as Pogba will start alongside another midfielder in a double pivot, though Van der Beek is not suited to playing in this deeper role, as he doesn't have the passing ability to be a top level deep line playmaker, nor does he have the defensive quality to be a top level defensive minded midfielder, which is why both Fred and Matic would start ahead of him alongside Pogba. Bruno Fernandes has been United's key player alongside Paul Pogba since January, so he's not going to be displaced from the side. So Van der Beek is effectively being signed for depth. This is fine on an individual transfer basis, but United needs so many other areas improved that this seems like a waste of 40 million that could have been spent to solve more pressing issues. A centre back is needed, a left back, a right winger and a player who can play alongside Pogba in a midfield too. Maybe after those four, an attacking midfielder can be brought in, but this signing alone screams of a statement signing rather than an actual thought out signing coming in to make a significant improvement to the side. If you look at Chelsea, they've brought in Ziyech, Werner, Chilwell, Thiago Silva and soon Havertz, who will all go into their starting 11 and improve them immensely. Arsenal have signed Gabriel and have Saliba coming back from a loan spell, who will both improve Arteta's side significantly. It's fine United signing players to improve their depth, but they need to be first improving their starting 11 and then adding players to their squad to improve their depth instead of doing it the other way around. Otherwise they're going to be stocked in the central attacker midfield position, whilst other areas in their starting 11 remain mediocre. So overall, whilst I do think Van der Beek is a good player, I don't think he fits United's system and would just be an alternative to Bruno Fernandes, which for £40 million is hugely expensive. Thank you for watching. Remember to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you want a more in-depth statistical and tactical analysis of Van der Beek, then click the video on the end screen and linked in the description below. Also, if you haven't already, remember to subscribe to the channel and click the bell.